What's poppin', everybody? I'm the one and only Queen Regal,
This your man Roger Lamar.
It's your boy Leon.
and we are Culture
Culture of the
Sexes.
Sexes.
And today we got a very talented, very beautiful, special, so strong Black sister. Today,
Okay.
this is Miss Erika.
What's up, everybody? This is Erica checking in from the 252, North Carolina, the one and only.
North Kakalaka in the house. What's up? It's been really good having you on. We've been messing with some things for a minute, but we finally worked out the kinks and we got the Zoom platform up and running during this time of quarantine. So
Yes, quarantine.
It's crazy not be able to leave the house.
If that's what y'all want to call it.
yeah, not being able to see each other, that's kind of weird too. But what I like that it really has it's forced us to expand and to figure out new ways to communicate and to stay connected with people. So I mean, I'm trying to always find a silver lining in things. But yeah, today we are gonna hop into some questions. So that's why I brought my girl along so they don't be tag teaming me all
There
this.
you go. Somebody always tag teaming. Don't these daggone questions though, huh?
So we gonna let our guest go first.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Erica.
All right, I appreciate the courtesy. Let's start off. We're gonna start off with something. A little light, kind of. So when it comes to your significant other's occupation, how important is that to you?
That's a good question.
So for me personally, I mean, as long as they're happy doing what they're doing, it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
As long as they're happy doing what they're doing is cool.
Right.
All right, Roger. Now you know me, so you know I'm gonna be up here challenging y'all a little bit, right?
Life is all about challenges, babe.
All right. So let's see scenario.
No, let's look before you go into this.
Right, she's ready with the scenarios.
I was waiting for the whole scenario. I'm like,
yeah, what's
right.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Before you do all that,
we're gonna test these answers, ladies, to make sure that y'all get the right information.
Within reason, like we ain't talking about stripping and all this other. So.
Oh, now it's
What
limitations.
if she happy? What if she just
Right.
No,
come
brother.
on, man. Yeah, that's a whole different story.
That's like saying like you will have a male gigolo at the crib.
Right?
Stop it.
Would you? The same
If
question,
what?
y'all be cool with a male gigolo?
The thing is, our answer wasn't as long as it makes him happy. So,
right. That wasn't our answer.
Right. So let's now
ahead,
we're gonna start off real, Roderick.
Play a scenario.
I was gonna use a stripper scenario, to be honest.
What's your answer, Leon?
It has to be a certain amount of money coming in, and they actually have to like the job. Like I can't want you to be happy being just a crew member at a fast food restaurant. It's not gonna happen. But
what if she working her way up to manager?
like it depends on how long she's been there. Like if you just started at that motherfucker, we got a problem. Like I mean, if you start at management level and going up, it's certain. I mean, it's okay. But everybody have a career experience, a career changing experience. So no, not every people can't stay. They're gonna stay at a job for so many years and not move around. So sometimes you will have to step back down. But if you don't have a goal and you cool to what you at the entry level position you at, then we got a problem with that too.
Okay, I can see that because like to anybody that is working, working hard, working a 9 to 5, I wouldn't want the message to be, if you're there, then that's it, then that's an automatic turn off. So you're saying that as long as they still have ambition, as long as they're still like, it's not just that's dead set in just one position, then that's all right.
I know you probably want to master something, but then you want to always want to move up to the next level.
The age matters too, because you said they can't be doing that right now. So like in our age, 30, to 40s, you wouldn't be cool if she just got a job and she has ambitions to work her way up.
I mean, it depends on the job. Like again, like if you're getting a job at a fast food restaurant at that age, then I think we got a problem too. if you're just coming in as a crew member. Now, if you're coming in as management, it's a little different. You still might not you might be making under the minimum or whatnot, but I mean, you're still in the management level. It helps you if you're looking to continue to look for another job to get you in a better position. As long as you keep continuing to look moving forward, I'm cool with it. If you got a plan.
I got you.
But even at 40 though, if you're at my age now, if you ain't had that plan in place yet, it's a problem.
So is there a time limit that you would set for them? Like, so say they're in the certain position, like do you automatically kind of put them on the clock if you're not here by X time, then I'm done with you?
I don't think it's just a set time limit for it. I think after a while you just be thinking like you ain't heard her talking about moving up. You ain't heard her say anything. So, yeah, baby, it's one of them positions available yet? I thought you was getting it.
Wow.
I mean, it depends on how they coming home. If they coming home normally and like I had a good day, I did this, I worked on this, like my manager showed me this, I'd be like, okay, like I ain't gonna ask really. But if she come home and never talking about the shit, and it's like 6 months later, you still ain't heard nothing. Hey, baby, you still at the bottom of the pack? Like,
Dang.
Are you still at rookie level or something? Like, what's going on?
Bottom of the pack.
I mean, but different companies, you got to look at it different ways, though. I can't say all companies are like that.
I feel it though. I mean, especially because we're at an age where I think we've gotten so much of the young shit out of our systems, and we're looking forward to our futures and learning how to appreciate where we are and what we have, but still plan and work toward the future. So like this guy was trying to holler at me, he told me he works at Food City. So I'm like, okay, well, what are you working on outside of that? Like, are you just working at Food City? Because at your age and my age, just working at Food City is not going to cut it for me. When you just come home and you sleep all day and you just watch TV, like there's so much other shit that you could be doing. And then when I proceed to tell them all the stuff that I do, I just hear silence on the end of the line. Like, nah, this isn't going to work. You don't have enough drive for me. So it makes a difference.
Okay. All right. So for me, I actually had this conversation with some of my friends earlier, and we kind of talked about some of the key things that aren't compromised. Like you can't just compromise when it comes to somebody's position. One of those things being work-life balance. So if you have a job that gives you that ability to spend that time with your family and of course be able to be successful, as far as what the position is exactly. For me, if it's, as long as it's something that you are able to, stand on your own 2 feet financially. I don't think I've ever been like that much of a stickler about occupation, as long as you are able to financially take care of yourself. But also I do want to be able to see some drive there as well. I want to be able to see you pushing yourself to get to the next level. You constantly trying to achieve something or have a goal where you're achieving something at a greater point. Because that type of drive is what, I could be sluggish, or I could be, feeling complacent, and that type of drive could motivate me. So I would want my ambition and my drive to, of course, be matched in that sense.
Good answer, sis. Good answer.
Well, absolutely.
So basically, right, if he start off in the strip club, but he working his way up to be the manager, that's cool though, right?
Here's the thing. I can't do this. I can't do
That's not what you just said.
Escort, strip club. I can't do it. But that's the whole. Because that comes with too much. Now that just comes with too much added issues that could probably mess up the relationship. So
what if he like a little local internet star? Like he got all the chicks throwing it at him and shit, but with that one, I mean, that's
a local internet star, like what? OnlyFans? Like what is he doing?
Yeah,
it
don't matter.
Where's the internet stardom coming from?
Let's say just like a local like star in the barbershop and community type shit, but he still like, cool. All the chicks throwing it at him. Like he still got all the access to everybody around him though.
Honestly, like, so what I look at too is an honest job, like a honest, you're making an honest living, something you can be proud of, something that our family can be proud of, like all of that. So if you're like out here just skin and that's all you're doing, then that's not something you could really, pass down as a legacy. Quoting one of my friends. But in terms, is that something you would want to pass on to your kids, Leon?
It depends on how hard you pimping that
game. OnlyFans porn star, you'd be like, all right, son, come on, join the family business. Like, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
No.
You would not.
Is,
so as long as it's an honest, you're making an honest living, and you're still, and if that internet, and if you're doing something on the internet that's adding to your business and that's boosting you up even more, I'm all for it. I'm all for it because that's the day and age we're living in now anyway.
Yeah.
Next.
Since we, since the ladies went first, I'm gonna go ahead and ask a question right quick. So I got this question from my boy Charlie Mack. He sent these a few weeks ago, actually. So he said, if you experience bad sex with a person you are really into, what's your next move?
Oh, we gotta
break this down. We gotta.
All right, you go first. You go first, Rebecca.
So I'm a communicator. So I'm going to stop it because I'm not going to endure bad sex. I'm just not. I refuse. I'm at a point in my life where I'm done with that. So I'm going to stop and just be like, hey, you okay? How you feeling? Like mentally, spiritually, like, are you good? Like, where's your mind at? And if he says that he's all in, then we're going to have to talk about what's not lack. And I just got to be honest, like, when you do this doesn't feel good. I prefer it like this. And it just comes down to being honest and walking in your truth and setting those boundaries too. I think too many times we just deal with it and like, oh, let me just get it over with. No, fuck getting it over with. Everybody deserves amazing, mind-blowing sex. And if you're not getting that, address that shit and talk about it. So gives them an opportunity to be better and it gives you an opportunity to be pleased. And who doesn't want that? So conversation in a coaching session.
Facts. So with that situation, is that like the first time that you guys had sex, or is it like, okay, things been going good but now like that was the one-off?
I mean, either one. That's the question. I mean, how you
I'll be honest, because for either one, actually, my response would probably be different for both of those. In that first situation where it's the first time, I mean, I would give it another chance, to be honest, just to see if that was like an off night or if that's like really just a bad time or just, their way. It's just, if that's just on them. And then if I'm that much into them and we have that much of a connection, then for sure a conversation would be had about, what I'm most comfortable with, what I like. And just try to see if we can and work on it. I will be open to working on it. And I think that, honestly, I would probably flip this back on you guys, but I think that sometimes when you bring those conversations up to guys, it can be like a little of a blow to the ego. So if they're receptive enough to be able to be open and able to hear it and to be able to apply any corrections, then
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I literally was in a relationship with somebody and I tried to tell them after so long, hey, this is just not, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you the first person to ever said that. Ain't everybody else say it. No, you're not dealing with everybody else right now. You're dealing with me. And I'm telling you, for me, this shit is not hitting. And like she said, sometimes men are just not receptive to it. So I guess my follow-up with, how would you want a woman to bring you that type of conversation?
First off, it's never going to be me. That means her pussy blown out, first off.
Oh like my gosh! So for sure, you're the one. You're the one. Get knocked down a couple notches.
Oh God!
Regal, don't be laughing at that. That wasn't funny.
For sure.
I get away with it, but that wasn't funny. I can't. For me, like, I guess, honestly, just be honest. Shit, if I ain't doing nothing, why are we wasting both of our times? We wasting time. Like, I don't want to go forward if I know I'm not satisfying you. Are we wasting each other's time? I haven't had any complaints. but we wasting time because
Is
if you can't, having sex is a big part of a relationship. Everybody says it's not. It is a big part, and you can have all the businesses in the world together, but he ain't fucking you right or you ain't getting it right. It's not gonna be a good relationship. It may be a good business relationship, but somebody gonna end up fucking off.
okay. So, but is that something that you want? That's an automatic cutoff though. Like, okay, so she don't like what I'm doing. I'm gone.
No, I would absolutely like see what I need to work on. Like, so what? Like, am I not big enough? Am I hitting the right angle? Am I standing up long? Like, we will have a conversation on what it is.
Okay.
Now, if I say I'm not big enough, I mean, we can like I can't put pounds on my dick, so
You go buy one though. You can go buy a dildo.
Oh no, man,
that's not mine.
Stop it, please stop it.
Like,
Wait,
I can't add
want to
those.
hear response.
You can go buy your own joint. That's not. You don't even need us at that point. You know what I mean? So,
Hey, I try to flip it back on her, but like, hey, if you keep blowing into it, it might get bigger.
Wow.
So how would you want a woman to tell you that, Roger?
Right, moving on, Roderick.
Hey, you gotta turn it back on sometimes.
me?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's just like E said. Just come on and say it. I mean, you got to realize that, man. Not everybody gonna be compatible sexually. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's just like it's not gonna happen. Like, so if you just came to me and was like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This ain't really where it's at. Okay, cool. What can I do? You know what I'm saying to make it better, or what can we do to work on it if we feeling each other like that?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. Like I said, I mean, I'm grown now, man. I done been through some things and I done heard some things already. So really, to me, you know what I'm saying? I can only let you hurt me as much, you know what I'm saying? If I got to let you hurt me that much, you know what I'm saying? Or care enough to do that. So if I care and I'm going to stick around with you and I'm going to ask you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, so what can we do to make this better? That's one thing, you know what I'm saying? Some people, a lot of men won't have that type of mentality. They're going to be like, you know, FUB, or, you know what I'm saying? Or, no, it's you weak, or, you know what I'm saying? There's always going to be something to throw back on you because they're angry. I ain't no angry individual, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. Plain and simple.
Okay, all right.
Good one. Okay.
Roger, for that response. And maybe you can teach Leon how to properly respond.
I talk a lot of shit. It'd have been different, but hey, I'm just telling you, it is what it is.
I hear you, Leon.
I think sometimes you just say reckless shit to make people laugh. Honestly, you don't be feeling like that. You like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say.
Hey,
I'm gonna say something reckless and break the ice.
He could be walking in his troop, sis.
Or he could be walking in his troop. You're right.
No matter what you say, dude.
I'm a good dude at times. It depends on the situation, who you're dealing with. Is how you respond to a lot of things. If I'm dealing with somebody I really care about, or I feel like I can see myself going further, and then you just have to ask that question, like what we need to do. But if it's only gonna be so long, it's like, are you still satisfied? No, okay, we got to move around. Why are we wasting each other's time from that point?
Okay, well, I have a good follow-up question. I think it's kind of in the same vein. So, gentlemen, what makes sex good? Because women, we all have the same parts, but is it the look, the feel, or the effort that the female puts into the session?
For me, it's the mental.
Interesting question.
The mental?
It's the mental, you know what I'm saying? It's the mental. Because really, it ain't really the physical that's making you, you know what I'm saying, that's getting you there, you know what I'm saying? It's the mental. You know what I'm saying? That it's like that. Because
Really? Because like,
you can have somebody that beats you down all night.
Combination.
Listen. Stop. But you can have somebody beating you down all night. You ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't no mental stimulation there, you mean to tell me that you can just off top, like that's the greatest sex? That can be the greatest.
I would say mental is of course better, but I'm not gonna just discount physical as if mental connection is needed for you to enjoy yourself physically.
Because what if she mentally
when you see somebody that's mental, right? You're mentally thinking about what you want to do with that person off top. Am I missing something?
I'm thinking when you're saying mental, I'm taking that as like a more intimate connection, a more intimate connection with a more intimate connection sexually. So so it's not just seeing them and just being physically attracted to them, it's just connected with them on a deeper level. So I'm saying that even if you don't have that physically, that physical connection can still be enough for you to still enjoy yourself. Is all.
Because what if she mentally stimulates you, but in the bedroom she's just laying there and she's not really giving you nothing? Like she's just looking at you, and you like, yeah, mentally.
But you said most. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's different levels to it, but I'm saying you said what most, like, right? Like, what do you like most? That's what you said, right? Or am I tripping?
I mean, I was just asking a follow-up, sir.
Was it that they
you
enjoy?
Can just say, like, I mean, you can
What
always
makes
say
it good? That's what I said. I think.
Oh, okay, got you.
What makes sex good? And for you said it's the mental stimulation.
That connection.
That connection.
Right.
It depends on. Go ahead.
Okay.
I feel you, Roger. I'm with you.
I mean, in a sense, like I get you, I'm with you because, like, okay, back in the day, you know, I've tried to have like a little one night stand. You know, dude came through, and it was just like, no, this is not. I don't really know you. I don't feel you. And it wasn't that moment that I realized, like, oh, I'm not the one that could just have mindless sex, like meaningless sex. Like I have to have a connection with somebody, or else this shit's just whack for me. So I get what you're saying in that sense, but had he came over though and was knocking it back, I doubt that I would have been thinking about the mental connection I was lacking. You know what I mean? I'd have been like, oh shit, okay, hey, and we would have been able to push through.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the situation you in, I guess, for me. Like if you just in like single, and I mean, if you're looking to try to be in a relationship with someone, then I would look for it has to be like a little bit of all. I know you say which one is the best. Everything plays a part and want to do it. Like mentally, you got to be connected with that person too. Want to even start like physically. I mean, they're like, damn, she got an ass on her, boy. But you start talking to her, she might sound like Cardi B. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go around that hood squeaky voice, even though she got her lane. I don't think I'd be able to do it. So I'll just probably miss the opportunity. Man, I'll just probably sit there and be like, can you just not say nothing? Just look at it. That's all.
Wow.
She had to talk. I'm like, I couldn't.
Man. Cause like even with them, like even with the physical, man, be some Decepticons out here, man.
Yeah, it is a whole bunch of Decepticons.
Everything come off. It's like, wait a minute, this is not how I looked at first.
Especially when that makeup come off.
Physical's gone.
I hear people say that. Makeup, everybody's not a catfish in makeup. So, okay, now I have seen them videos and it'd be like, damn, sis, I totally didn't imagine that you looked like that. And even some of the guys too, like, take off your beard, take off your hat. Like, it's a whole different man. It'd be like, damn, how old are you again? Like, I didn't know we were here already. But
I would hope that guys can't just take off their beards though.
Some of them,
yeah, you can't take his beard off. I want y'all to run.
Now the hat.
Yeah, they got niggas that you can do that. You can wash it off.
Hatfish is a real thing. Okay, hairline. Okay.
You like, I got a healthy hairline, okay?
Just believe it. Nothing but waves, baby.
Hatfish is a real
thing. Flies, for example. Flies look okay. When he had his hat on, he take his hat off like, put it back on, sir. Put it back on.
I know if I get to that point, it's just gonna get shaved. I'm just gonna go bald. Like I ain't gonna be trying to like, you know what? Let me go. One more year. Nah.
And actually, baldies with beards are that's actually a real attraction for real.
Yeah, facts. When I get older, that's what I'm gonna do. Straight up.
It's just beards in general. Like, oh Jesus. Something about them beards. They do something. All right, next question.
You put your chin in it, girl. Put your chin in it.
Fuck my chin, my juices.
Okay, let's go. Next question, sis.
All right, based off what y'all been saying there, like y'all was talking about the dudes not satisfying the chick, but why do y'all when he that dude with the little dick or something smashing, or you blowing him like, oh, this is the biggest thing ever, y'all women get these niggas up just because they got some money.
Wait, what?
So women always be geeking dudes up, talking about, yeah, you got the biggest thing. I say fucking them, but they ain't really feeling nothing. And then just because the cat got some money that they can get from him.
Yeah, I don't know what women are doing. I don't know what women are doing that.
Yeah,
but,
it's a bunch.
okay.
It's a bunch of. I didn't have some friends, like I said, in all ranges, hood chicks, middle class, and professional rich chicks. And they always say that, well, I only stayed around because this nigga had some money. Like, he wasn't doing shit. Or they fucking with me because that nigga wasn't doing shit.
Let's talk about the rating, though. Hood, middle class, and professional rich. Let's talk about that.
You got ranges.
That doesn't determine. That doesn't determine a woman's personality and just their character, for one. Just their occupation and their surroundings doesn't determine their character and their personality. So let me just throw that out there. And to answer your question, okay. I'm not sure why women do that, because I think that but if they're getting something out of it, though, I guess if you're saying that on the other end of it, they're doing it for money, I guess that kind of answers your question.
Yeah.
Is because they're
$1 bill, y'all.
It's all in stroking a guy's ego at the end of the day, and that's what women know can be the most. That's one of the most easiest ways to get to a guy is through their ego. So
beneficial. If that's what
so their ego, you can get a lot out of them. Some guys, then there are other guys that are a little bit more in tune than that. So for women that do that, I would say is because they're getting something out of it, which is money. But personally, what I know, because I'm not interested in just being unsatisfied for $1 that I can make on my own.
Preach, sis. Preach.
All right.
And that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say. Yeah, but honestly,
Rebecca, would you like to add something?
Like you said, they're just in it for the money. And why do women do that? Because they need the money. Like, they got, they want it or they need the money. They want extra spending money, extra money to get their hair done, their bundles done, whatever the reason is. They see it as a business deal. I give him my time and my energy. I get his money. Then I can be done with it. It's a business deal. And that's how they operate.
Is that discussed as a business deal on that end, or is it just she hoeing to get the? Because technically that's what it is, right? Or long term.
I think if it's I don't think it necessarily needs to be discussed as a business deal if all they have to do is hype them up a little bit and still get what they want out of it. They don't have to sign a contract. Now, maybe on a sugar daddy, sugar baby situation, that may be a little bit more negotiations.
Right.
But I think it's about their situation in particular.
He could just be a trick.
If you're looking for some type of, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
If you're looking for some type of empathy for the man in that situation, I think the question is if the man is okay with spending their money, is that really a bad situation for him to be in?
Why can't the chick just be honest and walk away from it? If she's looking for a relationship from that person, why don't she continue to fuck with him and she knows she ain't being satisfied but just taking his money?
If who's looking for a relationship? Because it don't sound like
went into it. The chick went in looking for they both was working on relationship type shit, so it's more so like she knows she ain't gonna be satisfied long term and fucking.
So you mean
still taking
like they was gonna be in a relationship, right? They was dating, got in a relationship, but the sex was garbage, but the money's good.
Right.
But she's still just sticking around because of money.
Just because
then honestly, at the end of the day, if he gets hurt, you know what I'm saying? Or if he's getting used, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's allowing the shit to happen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was about to say, people will only do to you what you allow them to do. So if
Absolutely.
you feel like he's getting used, then damn, like she don't even feel me like that. You know,
Right.
walk away from it. You're choosing to still get treated like a simp.
Or you want
I
to
was I was just asking.
Absolutely. I
I
think
never did that shit. I'm just curious question.
We've
I want
all
y'all.
I think
I
that
don't want y'all to
at,
scenario this and me
Okay.
and shit.
at,
I did not put
at the end
myself
of
in
the
this scenario.
at
This
the
is
end
not
of
my
the
scenario.
guilty. God.
at the
I'm
end
just
of the day, I
saying.
think that everybody is in charge of their own happiness. So if she's happy with the situation that she's in, then that's good for her. If he's happy with that situation, it's good for him. So and if they're and if either one of them gets to a point where they're not happy, I'm sure at that point I will hope at that point they'll be okay with walking away.
Right.
I mean, if she ain't happy, and she keep coming to you, bro, keep knocking her down.
Hey,
She allowed it to
I did
happen.
for a
He
while,
allowed it
man.
to happen, so it just happened.
You know that's your lane, Leon. You like your lane.
That used to be my
My God.
lane, man. That's why I'm trying to make sure I don't go back to that lane.
It's easy to go back to your old ways, man. But if you
No,
really,
that's fine.
really don't want to be a side nigga no more, then don't do side nigga.
I know, man. That's what I'm saying. I grew up off of it.
Graduate, Leon, graduate.
Time to elevate. And
Yeah,
I
find somebody.
rise up.
Want to find somebody that's worth it. I ain't came across nobody yet.
They'll come across you if you stop looking in the wrong places, Leon. No worries.
Oh,
Looking for
What
love.
was that about, Roderick? He said, "Don't believe the hype."
For real. It sounds like he looking at some crazy places.
I ain't look. I just
people's
want it to happen. It got to naturally.
What? Right.
That's why I moved out of Milwaukee. I was looking in the wrong places.
man.
Anything dealing with Milwaukee is the wrong place.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wrong place.
Milwaukee
All right.
has
Up next.
black women.
You said what?
I said Milwaukee seems like it has beautiful black women.
It
I
do.
mean, everybody got beautiful black women.
It ain't about being beautiful, but the head ain't right. You feel me? Like if your mental ain't right and you look good, that ain't no good combination either.
I agree.
See,
Like,
that's another question. Just because, like, I feel like a lot of what men say and then what they pursue be some totally different things. What they say they want. Oh, I want a good woman that's faithful. She's not gonna lie. You know, she don't take advantage. She's looking to partner. She's looking to build. And then they find a strong woman that suits that, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna go over here and just fuck this real quick. Like, what did you just say that you wanted? Like,
but that's people though, Rigo. That's people. Period. Even females do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean, people in general do that shit. Real talk.
Not all of us. I mean, yes,
exactly. Not all of us.
Sometimes, yes, but it's just so annoying. Like, know what you want, and then when you see it, or you get what you think you want, or what they say they want, and then they fuck it off. Like, what was the whole point of getting me invested, getting my emotions, time, and energy invested, if you knew you was gonna fuck off on some dumb shit? Like,
they don't know because they think they know what they want and don't know what they want.
I mean,
I think, but I also think it's tough for a guy to try to portray that they're that much invested consistently if they're not. I think there's always signs is what I'm trying to say. I think there's always signs for a guy to maybe say one thing and then show another or act a different way. And that's for us. A lot of times we don't pick up on that because we're wanting to see something different and we're wanting a different outcome. So we kind of just try to we're focusing on this fantasy of what we want this to be. So in all honesty, sometimes guys be telling us all along, and their actions not what they words, because a lot of them can't communicate for whatever reason. They tell a lot of times in their actions what they really want, and we just have to go off of that sometimes.
But like I said, that's at the end of the day, that's people. It's on both sides. I understand you coming from your point of view. That's cool. That's people in general.
All that come back.
All people do that. Like, I don't care who, men, women, gay, straight, they all do.
I think it takes women a longer time to do it, but then they're more mentally invested with fuck with the other person. And I'd rather you just physically have sex with that person than be mentally involved with the next person.
I think women are more likely to openly communicate about what we want and, you know, where we stand with a situation more than a guy would.
True. True.
I think we are. History shows it.
Definitely finish this conversation. We're gonna put a pin in it and come back to it on part 2. But we are gonna go ahead and wrap up today's episode, you guys. So please sound off in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. Add your 2 cents in. Join in on the conversation. Everybody, let the folks know where they can reach you at. Erica, go ahead.
Yes, you guys can follow me on IG at Erica. It's gonna be at Erica Manley _.
Do I put all of that in there, Erica? Man.
Yeah, take the out. So
Okay.
Erica Manley _ That's it.
My bad. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't.
All right, y'all can catch me on Facebook, Roger Lamar, or you can catch me on IG as Motivational Path to Greatness.
Okay.
You can catch me on IG at NUK2G3 or Facebook at Leon Hux.
All right, y'all. And y'all go ahead and follow your girl at Regals _Gems. And make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel at Culture of the Sexes. And you can follow us on IG at Culture of the Sexes as well. So stay tuned for the next segment, part 2. With that being said, you guys, peace and blessings.
Stay safe.
Bye.